Hello, everybody. Welcome to a semi-impromptu planned for some people, not planned for some people, Facebook Live. I am going to quickly just share this because it is actually we plan to have this go live in a group, but I'm doing it for everybody because I wanted to and because I can. So thanks for joining me, everybody. I have a weird black thing in front of my face, so I can't. Facebook Live is weird, so I can't see who all is here, but I'm really grateful that you are all here. And I'm just going to share this video. I can see on my computer. That's cool. To a group, the Interesting Point of View with Money group. So I'm doing a class right now called Interesting Point of View with Money. Little did I know when I created it that it would be a very good time for a class with that topic, those energies. So we're I think about, not even halfway through. We're about a third of the way through the class. And the class involves doing Facebook Lives every other day and really playing with this incredible tool called Interesting Point of View that we have in Access Consciousness. And so we just, every other day we get on Facebook Live in our group. We did a Zoom call, and it's been so amazing that I actually added an extra Zoom at the end today. So if anybody wants to join us after this, you are totally welcome to. I'm leaving it open. It's quite the time right now in the world, and a lot of people are freaking out about money and health. Do I need to turn this? How do I turn this on? Can you turn it on? My phone needs to be charged. Thank you. A lot of people are freaking out about money and health right now, and I just really wanted to give some tools for that. So I'm going to record this on audio for everybody in the group because they get the audio as well. And I think we're on day 8, so we'll just go with day 8. Day 1 for a lot of you, and day 8 for people that are in the group. So welcome to day 8 of Interesting Point of View with Money. So I want to talk about what's going on in the world right now. And there's this swell and this like upswing and this intensity right now of chaos, of fear, of worry, basically the world's falling apart. There's a pandemic, there's a global economic crisis, all these things. And I am so grateful for the tools of Access Consciousness. And if you're just finding this video somehow, somewhere, and you're not familiar with Access Consciousness, you can go to accessconsciousness.com and check it out. I'm so grateful for these tools because they actually give you, the tools of Access really are about empowering you to know that you know, to know what it is that you know, so to actually have the awareness that you have as an infinite being and to function from that. And also to really create your reality, to create what is true for you and your reality, even when the entire world seems to be falling apart. And so to have these tools at this time is just so essential. And one of the 10 keys to total freedom in Access there's a book called The 10 Keys to Freedom. The foundation class in Access gives you the 10 keys. And one of those 10 keys is actually Interesting Point of View. So acknowledging that everything is just an interesting point of view. literally everything is a judgment. So, oh my gosh, the economy is going to tank. That's a judgment. That's a projection. Oh my gosh, my money flows are going to, go to hit the floor. That's a projection. That's a judgment. My business is going to die. My bank account's going to shrivel up and, dry up and all that stuff. Like, I'm going to get sick. All of it. It's all a judgment and a projection. And what happens in these times is that we get this there's this collective fear that gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it gathers momentum, because what's happening is the whole world is now aligning and agreeing around something. And alignment and agreement is this thing that actually people do to sort of prove the rightness of their point of view or somebody else's point of view, or the predominant point of view in the world. And so we all come together, if you choose, to align and agree, and to actually to join in on what I've been calling like the cacophony of fear, and the cacophony of worry and distraction of this whole thing, and to go, oh man, this is like, this is something that we need to be worried about. And so what happens is it's like it starts as this little, any judgment, any projection, any idea, any point of view starts as this little thing that somebody has, and other people join in, and other people join in, and other people join in, and other people join in. And all of a sudden we're adding all of our energies to it, and we're all aligning and agreeing with it, and we're adding our energy, and we're adding our energy, and this thing is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And also kind of the other side of that coin is that we resist and react. So we go into resistance and reaction to what is going on. And that also it's the other side of the coin of alignment and agreement. It's kind of the same energy, because you have to buy something as real in order to resist it. So what happens is, even if you're resisting and reacting to what is going on, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, if you look from the point of view of, hey, we're all infinite beings, which is one of the gifts that Access Consciousness has really brought me and so many of us, is to go, hey, we're infinite beings. This planet has been around for a long time. We've been around for a long time. This is a blip in time. This is a moment. And we actually have a far greater impact on what occurs based on what we do with it and what we be with it. So if we all jump into the soup of, the cacophony of fear, and the alignment and the agreement, and the resistance and reaction, and this sense of like, oh my God, the shit's gonna hit the fan, the economy's gonna tank, we're all gonna die, If we all jump into that, then we are feeding we're basically exponentializing. We're feeding and giving a lot of energy to this thing, that everybody's afraid of. And the thing is like, in this 10 seconds, you're probably okay, and another one of the 10 keys to freedom is living your life in 10-second increments and recognizing that you always have choice. So in this 10 seconds, check in, you're probably okay. And, if you're not, please, reach out to somebody, and including me. Like I'm like, hey, I'm happy to contribute to anybody who requires anything right now and always. And hopefully you have people in your life who are as well. And if you don't, then, find some. I know a lot of amazing people all over the world. I could probably introduce you. Because, one of the beautiful things to me about one of the gifts that Access Consciousness has given me is the gift of so many incredible people in my life, and just people all over the world that are really willing to be different and to function from a different place, a different point of view. And this is the thing, is that this is actually what allows us to begin to create a different reality, no matter what's going on in the world. Nothing is fixed. There's no future that is predetermined or predestined or fixed. We together create the future. And as we play every single day with the points of view and the stuff that goes on in our head, and as we play with what are we giving energy to, and what are we being interesting point of view with, and what are we not being interesting point of view with, we either feed the future of destruction and limitation and poverty and all that stuff that everybody's so afraid of, or we create something different. And it truly is up to you to choose, because we're creating this. Everything is energetic. So where is your energy today? Where is your energy today? What are you feeding today with what's going on in your mind? You might be quarantined. I got a note from someone today who lives in Italy. She's quarantined. She can't leave her house. And she was like, okay, great. Now what do I do? And I'm like, you can still create your life. You can, goodness, we have this World Wide Web. How amazing that we have ways to be connected online at a time where there's all this social distancing stuff going on. So there's so much that is possible and available right now. And to me, I see what is going on right now as a genuine, a real possibility for the world to create things differently, to do things differently, to come together in ways that we haven't before. And there's so much available right now, but you have to stay in the question of it. And that's part of what I wanted to talk about today. So interesting point of view is this tool that acknowledges that anything that's going on in your mind is simply just a point of view. So you're probably either in reaction to something, or you're buying something as real and true, where we have this huge blank canvas of possibilities that we create every single day. You create every single day, and you don't even have to have other people creating it with you. You can create whatever you would like to create for you, your reality. And there are a bajillion tools in Access Consciousness that allow you to do that. So one of the most valuable ones that I have found is this interesting point of view tool. And interesting point of view, basically it's about getting present with yourself and acknowledging, what's going on right now is just an interesting point of view. That's all that it is. It's just an interesting point of view. And the tool itself is really designed to give you space. It's designed to give you the space of you. Because as an infinite being, you have all possibility available to you. You don't have to be at the effect of the world. You don't have to be subject to the limitations of this reality. You actually don't. And part of it is being willing to be different, which is what the world is so asking for right now. And part of it is willing for, because other people will try. What happens a lot of times is when people want you to buy into their fear, they want you to validate what's going on in their world. The fear, oh my God, we're going to die, we're going to get sick, we're going to be broke, da, da, da. They want you to buy into it. And because it makes people feel more right, more correct, more safe in some weird fucked up way, if you buy in to their fear. So what happens is people will use judgment to try to control you. If you don't have a point of view, if you're interesting point of view, they will use their judgments of you. They will turn them up. Their judgments of you will get louder and more intense because they're trying to control you into basically validating their fear, which for a lot of people kind of assuages their anxiety in a very interesting way. I don't quite get it, but that's how some people function. And so, but you get to choose what you do with that, because there will be people, I guarantee you, if you're not terrified, if you're not afraid, if you're not worried, if you're not stressed out right now, there will be people who will be wanting you to be, and that will be so afraid that you're not, because they'll be like, oh, you're living in fantasy land. Well, you know what? That's fine. I really enjoy my world. I enjoy where I function from and how I function, and I don't need fear in my life at all in any way ever. Fear is actually a distraction. It is actually a distraction from your potency, from your knowing, from your being, and from what you can create in the world. So to me, there's absolutely no value to fear other than it keeps you in the rest of this reality with everybody. So how do we use interesting point of view? And part of this class that we're doing right now and these things that we're doing every other day, these Facebook Lives, is actually going into the energy of interesting point of view, using it as an energetic exercise that allows you to actually create a change in your world. And to actually like dissipate the charge that may be going on, because a lot of us, I mean, we're aware of everybody else's points of view, and I did a Facebook Live a couple days ago talking about this as well on my personal page. But we're aware of people's points of view, and we actually we think that they're ours, like people's fear, anxiety, all that stuff. We think it's ours. So one tool that you can use is, who does this belong to? Asking, is that actually mine, or am I just aware of somebody's points of view? Am I aware of somebody's thoughts, feelings, and emotions? Because, the cool thing is right now for me, what I'm aware of is like this stuff is getting so loud in the world that not only is it more essential than ever to stay connected to you and what's true for you, but it's also this really cool, it feels like the consciousness Olympics. It's like, if we can stay present with ourselves amid this level of insanity all across the world, if we can stay present with that all across the world, then you know what? You've got this. Like, you can do that at any time with anybody at any point. Like, you actually really have reached, in a way, of a level of mastery of presence and space and ease and interesting point of view that most people will never choose. So it's a brilliant opportunity right now to turn up our use of the tools. They're more required than ever, and to actually really turn it up and turn it on and create this capacity in your own world to have you, to be present with you and what it is that no matter what. And I'm not saying don't be aware. I mean, you may be aware that you shouldn't actually, go and be around somebody, or you shouldn't go somewhere, or you may be aware that, I'm gonna, do this with my money right now, or whatever. That might be awareness, but we don't know when something is awareness until we're a level of space and presence with it, until there's no point of view in our world. Then we can actually get to the awareness of what's true for us. Otherwise, it's really just a point of view. It's a judgment. It might be in reaction to something. So it's this tool, interesting point of view. It gives you this ground from which to choose, from which to play, from which to have awareness, from which to know what you know and know that you know, so that you can actually really move through these times with a level of ease and space and joy and peace, and also sort of wisdom and knowing what is going to be best for you, not based on fear, but based on what it is that you know and the trust of you. And this whole world, this whole reality has been beautifully, intricately constructed and designed to distract you from knowing what it is that you know, and knowing that you know, and having the awareness that you can function from. It's way better if you just get really afraid, forget about your awareness, lock yourself in your house, hold on to all your money, and don't breathe, But it's so intense right now that a lot of people are like, Jesus, I don't want to live like this, So what are the choices here? Well, the choices here are to actually have awareness and function from awareness and trust your awareness more than ever. An interesting point of view gives you the space for that. So I'd like to take you guys now into an energetic exercise, playing with this tool. And, you'll have this you have this on Facebook Live. You can go back. You can, I don't know, record it maybe and do an audio or whatever you want to do. Share it with the world. Do whatever you want to do. I'm good. Thank you. I don't, I'm, as long as you don't, change it in any way, I'm happy for you to share this and do whatever you want to do with this. Let's put this out there to the world, please. But the point is that you can come back to this anytime you are, needing a little space around what's going on financially and economically, and play it again and, get to have that space. So with that, if you would like to, you can close your eyes, just relax into everything that I've said, like let it all go. You don't have to remember any of it. We're creating energetic change here. So just let it all go. And just get present right now with your body and your being and with you. There is a cacophony of fear, of distraction, of worry in the world right now. And none of that is wrong. People are concerned. And that's okay. And what is true for you right now? So I invite you to reach across the globe right now. In a way, there is this beautiful possibility to connect energetically with people and maybe otherwise, because everybody is concerned about themselves. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people are concerned about themselves, their bodies, their loved ones, the future. So what if we could let the barriers down? There's all this talk about social distancing right now, but energetically we can be and we are connected. So let yourself be connected right now to the beautiful people on this planet. Everybody just desiring something for themselves. None of it's right and none of it's wrong. And notice anything, any charge in your world. Anything where you're like, I'm a little freaked out about this. I'm worried about my money situation. I'm concerned about the economy. Now bring in this beautiful tool. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Say that to yourself. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. And allow your body to just begin to relax even more. Allow your being to relax. Allow your mind to relax. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. of the world. Interesting point of view. The world has this point of view. Interesting point of view. The world has this point of view that we're all at risk. Interesting point of view. The world has this point of view that the economy is going to tank. Interesting point of view. Interesting point of view. Interesting point of view. There are millions of possibilities. Always. The only thing that creates impossibility in your life and in your world is your mind. It is the points of view that you have or the points of view that you buy from others. Interesting point of view. Others have those points of view. Interesting point of view. You have this point of view. If you were truly functioning as the infinite being that you be, would there be any problems right now? If we went beyond money, beyond this time, beyond viruses and quarantines and all of these things, what would actually be true for you? And I want to invite you right now to be very present with that. Because you may find this difficult to believe. But the only way that what you know as an infinite being, the only way that that can become a reality is if you believe in it and in you. And it's not even really about believing, but it's about being so present with what you know. Not having a point of view about it. That you nurture the energies of what you know is true. You may be hard pressed right now to find many people that will align and agree with you. You don't require it. This is a time where we are all being invited to step up in our own lives as the leaders that we be. And that does not mean that you have to go out and broadcast this to the world. And you can. But you being a leader in your own life is about you being willing to nurture beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond distraction, what it is that you know. And the only way that you can be present with that is with the space of interesting point of view. It gives you access to a universe of awareness that is what is actually true for you. So, interesting point of view. You have this point of view. Interesting point of view. You have this point of view. Interesting point of view. The world has this point of view. Interesting point of view. The world has this point of view. And sometimes dipping below that sort of line that you've never been willing to cross before into the undefined space of this is a little scary. Because it actually, you go beyond the reference points of other people. Referring and referencing other people to determine if you are correct. If you're going to be okay. But a lot of people in the world right now would probably tell you you're not going to be okay. Do you want to believe that? Or do you want to be aware and know what you know? So, interesting point of view. You have this point of view. Interesting point of view. You have this point of view. Interesting point of view. The world has this point of view. And I invite you to be so present with this that you go underneath everywhere that you've stopped yourself before to be more present than ever with your awareness and what you know, because the world will distract you from that, especially now. Are you willing to have the courage to turn it up right now? Are you willing to have the courage to turn it up right now? The way I see it is, in this moment in time, our options are either be aware and know what it is that we know, even if people tell us that it's not correct, or jump in with the masses. What would you like to choose? You have that choice every moment of every day. And the beauty is that when you get to this space and you continue to nurture this space, you can then begin to ask, what can I create with this? What can I create with this? You can always create, always. You can always create, always. It doesn't matter if you're locked in your house, or if you're sick, or if you don't have money. You can always create. And money actually follows creation. So when you are creating for the sake of the joy of creation, money will follow, and it's not beholden to the economic climate. It's not dependent upon the economic climate. Money will always follow creation. And when you can be interesting point of view, it is one of the most dynamic tools for creation. One of the most dynamic tools for creation. because you all of a sudden have given yourself access to a universe of awareness. When you have points of view, you have brick walls all around you called judgments, projections, expectations, decisions, computations, conclusions that keep you from having the awareness of what you could actually create. When you have no point of view, everything is possible. And it basically becomes like a hack for this reality and for everything that's going on right now. It's like a creation and monetary and health and wellness and happiness hack. When you're not supposed to be happy or wealthy or healthy or, at peace and ease, if you have no point of view and you're asking questions every day and you're creating, you are basically immune to this reality. The ultimate immune system booster for your health and your wealth. There's a new reality and a different reality that is asking to be created right now. And I want to invite all of us to step into that. I want to invite all of us to play with that. It is up to us. Nobody has to buy in. Nobody has to join you for you to have a different reality, a new reality, a greater reality every day. It's up to you. It's up to you. So thank you everybody so much for being here. I'm very grateful for all of you. Please do share this video far and wide. We will put it on YouTube as well. And I'd love for the world to have it. If you would like more, we are doing this interesting point of view with money class, and this was part of it. We still have until the end of March, and we're doing this every other day with a Zoom as well at the end of March. So you can go to heathernichols.com/IPOV money, IPOV money, if you'd like to join us. And I also have a Business Done Different class, which I'm so excited about the timing of. It's a 3-day creation masterclass, really giving you the ninja tools for creation. And that's starting on Friday, and that's going to be in Boulder, and it's also online. Lots of people are joining online. And to me, it's a very essential time for the tools of Joy of Business, because we truly can create whatever we would like to create right now. If you've got these tools, you can create no matter what. So that's also on my website, Heather Nichols, or you can go to heathernichols.com/BDD Boulder, Business Done Different Boulder. It's going to be, I think, largely on Zoom, and maybe some people will come in person as well, but I'm really looking forward to it. Lots of amazing stuff happening. I have a podcast tomorrow on this same page, another free chat called How Bored Are You? So we'll be talking more about other stuff then. So whatever you do, don't have too much fun right now. Just kidding. Go forth and create, and let's be the difference that the world is asking for and that we are asking for. I'm very grateful for all of you. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Bye.